What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of your Steelers Daily Upload here on Mike Drop Sports as we continue to talk Pittsburgh Steelers NFL football here on the channel every single day. Live show today will be a little bit different. We're going to try some new things, just like the Pittsburgh Steelers should be trying some new things as they head into yet another week, another opportunity. You're going to have that joint practice with the Buffalo Bills to where they're going to try to work on some of those special teams deficiencies that you may have saw. Things of that nature as the Pittsburgh Steelers start to really mold this roster, mold this team into what it's going to be for 2024. And there are so many questions. You as Steeler fans are just like bleeding through with tons of questions surrounding this football team and what they need to do in order to correct some issues that you may have noticed in that first preseason game, and maybe some players you had some high hopes for, maybe you got down on a little bit. But again, I caution you guys, do not overhype that football game, but don't understate it either. There's a fine line in which you need to walk here in the preseason, and we all learned that valuable lesson last year. But this Steelers team does have some deficiencies, but there are some nice, bright spots along this roster, and I think the Steelers do have what you need in order to build a football team. I feel like there's some building blocks in place, but the Steelers have to capitalize on it, and that's going to be the question moving into this week. This week is going to be a pivotal week for your Pittsburgh Steelers as you only get 3 preseason games, guys. And I know that may be, a little short for some players to be able to prove themselves and be able to earn that roster spot. When they had the 4th preseason game, maybe they were able to get a little bit more action under their belt and show the coaching staff a little bit more of what they could do. So maybe now a player in today's NFL might be overlooked due to the lack of opportunities that are in front of them to be able to show the coaching staff, to show the fan base, and show the rest of the NFL, frankly, what they can actually do on the football field when given the opportunity. So that does hamper things a little bit for bringing in maybe some undrafted rookie free agent talent, things of that nature that, in the past have worked out well. You do have a guy like Beanie Bishop that's on the roster that's shining, that's an undrafted free agent rookie that you're really hype about, that you want to see more and some more growth come from him. There were, highs and lows for him in that Texans game. You look at a drafted rookie in Peyton Wilson to where you ask what happened to him toward the end of the game, but you did get to see bright moments from him, things that he did really, really well. There's a lot when you turn on that tape the second time that you could really take away from that football game and feel comfortable, feel positive about that game with the Texans. And I know it was a loss, but again, I don't look at the scoreboard in the preseason game. I'm looking at individual players, how they're starting to work and grow each day, individual units, offense, defense, and I'm looking at how they're starting to become a cohesive group or not become a cohesive group. But those things are what matters. And you look at the Steelers' outside type drama. Are they going to bring in a Brandon Ayuk? Are they going to do those types of things? Are they going to make any type of big move? And I still seem to think that a move is coming. Is it a Brandon Ayuk move? I don't know. But there's a possibility. I think there's a strong offer in place for that. But will they make any other type of move? I think there is some more exciting things that will develop around this football team in terms of roster acquisitions and things like that, contract negotiations. I think there is still some exciting news that remains ahead for your Pittsburgh Steelers. Do I know what those moves are? No, and nobody, I don't really think, knows what those moves are. You may hear some people take some guesses, but it is what it is. There's a lot of things that could happen from now until the start of the 2024 season. And the Steelers will find themselves in Atlanta, and they're going to be hopefully performing well. They're going to hopefully be, a well-oiled machine by that time. But when I look at this football team, guys, here on a Monday morning, and again, we're going to be moving things around a little bit with the live shows and things of that nature. Steelers, practice is usually early in the morning during the weekdays, so we're going to try to adjust a little bit so we're not doing shows so late. So it'll be an experiment this week. But when you look at this football team, and we were talking about that wide receiver room a little bit, we mentioned the offensive line, at times during the live shows, and there's a lot of question marks. But let's just go over a few things in which I think the Steelers really need to focus on this week as they move toward this next preseason game, this next joint practice, and what they really need to emphasize and whom they need to really be watching and pushing forward into a more significant role, in my opinion. One being Zach Frazier. You've seen him get bumped up and get talked about and told that he is going to get a lot more action here as the offseason continues to develop. And Zach Frazier had a good performance, a performance in which you didn't hear his name being called because he got his butt beat, and that's exactly what we're looking for with Zach Frazier. Steady performances, steady growth. And I warned you guys, well, I didn't warn you, I told you that I thought that this guy was going to be one of the best centers out of this draft, if not the best. I still firmly stand behind that. I think Zach Frazier, with his experience, what he was able to do at WVU really stands out to me, and I think translates really well to the NFL game, just with his whole body of work, his toughness, his intellectual ability on the center position. I just think there's a lot of intangibles there that really excite me about Zach Frazier possibly being that next great Steelers center. So I'm super excited about that. And what else am I really excited about along that offense is a guy like Van Jefferson. People have been overlooking him. I keep telling you guys, this guy, when he was healthy, the one time that he was really, truly healthy and playing and had a great opportunity with the Rams, he was able to truly succeed, guys. And I want you to continue to watch him. This guy, I think, has a real potential to do some special things. And I think given the opportunity and put in the right situation, in which I think he's going to be with the Pittsburgh Steelers, that number 2-3 guy, I really truly believe that you're going to see something special out of Van Jefferson this season. And I really have high hopes for him. And I want you to continue to watch him. I want you to continue to watch this tight end room as a whole, because there's a lot of storylines there too. I like Pat Freiermuth. I think that he could be really utilized in a big, big way. And I think that if he can remain healthy, this offense could really have someone to really, truly lean on in the short to intermediate pass game. Guy that can really move the chains, in my opinion. I think Darnell Washington can be more than just a run blocker. I think Darnell Washington can contribute also in the short to intermediate pass game and heavy packages, and really could be something special also. So I'm really excited about those two guys. The one I'm really, truly excited about, and I think is a real wild card and real X factor, and that is Connor Hayward. I think Connor Hayward, guys, could be really special. I just feel like he's going to have to be utilized exactly, perfectly, correctly. I think that there is opportunity for him, and it's a real puzzle in which how Arthur Smith is going to have to put him in place and get him moving here this season, and really utilize him and his skill sets and really create those mismatches that are going to boost up what he does best. So I really am excited about Connor Hayward, and I want to continue to see that grow because, guys, I really think there's something special there. So that's one other thing. I want to continue to watch these tackle positions too. I think it is a monster, massive mistake to continue to wheel out Dan Moore Jr. there. I understand there's an injury to Troy Fautanu, a right knee. He will not be playing this week in the preseason game, so you have some setbacks there. I'm not sure how long-term this issue is going to be for Troy Fautanu, but what it is showing me now is that you're probably going to see a lot of Dan Moore Jr., and you're probably going to see him at left tackle, and I think this is going to majorly continue to handicap this offense moving forward into 2024. I think Dan Moore Jr. is a monster liability, and I'm going to continue to say that. I think that his performances have been so lackluster and just a real liability, guys, and I cannot I'm not going back on that. There's been nothing so far to tell me that there's something different going to be incorporated into his game this year that you're going to be super pumped up and excited about monster changes from Dan Moore Jr. Now, do I hope that happens? Absolutely. But let's be frank, guys. They're not going to pay Dan Moore Jr. next year. At least I hope not. I'm not sure why Mike Tomlin's so in love with him. Maybe he sees something that we don't, and that's why he makes the big bucks as the coach. But I truly believe that Dan Moore Jr. is the biggest monster liability to this offensive line in 2024. And I think until you start to see all these rookies being put in, all these second-year guys being able to be utilized and put in, and maybe push a guy like a Dan Moore Jr. out, I think you're going to still see some struggles along that offensive front. But hopefully there's enough quality talent surrounding Dan Moore Jr. that, maybe they can hide some of his deficiencies, but it's really hard to hide at the tackle position, especially the left tackle position. So that's the offense, guys. Again, the running game, but that's going to be contingent on that offensive line. The quarterback position is really intriguing. We have to see Russell Wilson this week. I think it's a must. And I've been a firm believer that Russell Wilson is the starter, but the longer this continues to go on to where Russell Wilson isn't out there and performing, and you're not getting to see any type of growth and cohesiveness amongst Russell in this offensive unit, live and real game action, I think the chances for Justin Fields start to really increase, and I wouldn't want to see that because I think that handicaps Justin Fields because it's not allowing him to gain the time that he needs in order to learn and grow and continue to build his NFL career. He was handicapped from the start in terms of what he was able to do with what he had available to him in terms of coaching staffs, in terms of, play calling and things of that nature, his inability to be able to correct some of the issues that he has because he was forced to carry a franchise. So those types of things that Justin Fields it's a big picture, and we're not going to dive all into that today. But yeah, he's got to fix some things, and I really want to see Russell Wilson get out there and perform at a high level and really run this offense. But he's got to get out there and start to be available and start to play. And I understand Mike Tomlin's his way of holding Russell back because he's concerned of things becoming a bigger issue. So again, we'll see how that all unfolds. We're not sure what the real true extent of that injury was that Russell Wilson suffered with his calf. So we'll continue to watch that. That's going to be a big one this week also. The defense, guys, you didn't get to see a whole defense. You didn't get to see stars and starters out there all across the board. No Minka, no Cam, no TJ, no Alex, none of those players. So don't get so worried. Some of these other guys that are rookies that, they shined a little bit. They were pretty decent. They did pretty good. You're not scared to put them out there right now, as of right now, in my opinion. So when you add other players into it that are of high quality like TJ and Alex and Cam and all those guys, you're going to see increased play from those other players also. So don't be worried about this defense just yet. Just continue to watch these guys grow that are young, first year, second year guys. Just continue to allow them to grow, and I think that if you're patient, you're going to see a really good product defensively. Special teams, there's a lot of work to do there, guys. You can't muff punts and shit like that. Things got to change there. So hopefully these guys continue to grow and fix that. I think Danny Smith is a hell of an offensive or a hell of a special teams coordinator. I really have faith in him being able to fix these issues and get this special teams unit back on track as a whole. So I'm excited about that. And I'm just excited to see another week of growth. And again, guys, don't get overhyped, but don't undervalue everything either. Really look at this team and what they're doing out on that football field and how they continue to build. And again, guys, I'd rather see them lose now, take their lumps now here in the preseason, and really be starting to hit their stride in the front part of the season. But again, guys, they have to get off to a hot start in 2024. It's imperative, man. It is major that they get off to a hot start, and it has to happen. So we'll continue to watch for any type of Steelers news, any type of trades, anything that develops here throughout the day. Again, we're going to try a little bit different time here today for our live show, and some of you may like it, some of you may not. We're going to go at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. And we're going to talk football for about an hour. And I think that's going to fit into my schedule a little bit better here. So we'll see how that goes today. And we'll see if we want to continue to keep trying it or how we want this all to unfold as we push through this regular season. Again, guys, right now, that probably will be the best time for me today, at least. We'll see what happens. But we're going to continue to push. We're going to continue to build this channel and grow this channel. And what you've done for me so far is awesome and extremely humbling. And without you guys, man, this does not go. So I'm trying to make sure that we give you guys the best everyday stuff that we can put out there. So, and if that means adjusting times and doing different things, to move things around, to adjust the channel and the way things operate, just to find the best possible situation, that's what we'll do. So until tonight, or till this afternoon at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And don't forget to join the Mike Drop Mafia, 99 cents a month. It'll always be 99 cents a month, and that will never, ever change. So make sure you do that and continue to help us grow and continue to build this awesome community of like-minded football fans. So until this afternoon, peace.